Hi, good day to all. Good day, good day, good day. And I welcome you to our program, Backyard Message. Welcome to our program, and I greet you in the sweet, mighty name of Yahushua HaMashiach, the soon coming King. And we give him thanks and praise for life. Many people had plans for today, and they were unable to fulfill these plans as a result of they are dead and we are among the living. So we give Yahweh thanks and praise for such a blessing, and we give him thanks and praise for such a blessing. But we will not delay, but go straight into our short message. And our pilot text for this short message is taken from the book of John, chapter 8, from verse 1 to verse 11. And it reads, Yahushua went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and the Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery, and when they had set her in the midst, they say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. And Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou? This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. But Yahushua stooped down, and with his finger wrote on the ground, as though he heard them not. So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Yahushua was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. When Yahushua had lifted up himself, and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Have no one condemned thee? She said, No man, Master. And Yahushua said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. So here we have a short passage, and it is a very interesting passage, and this passage can go in, we can discuss these scriptures for hours upon hours upon hours. But the main thing that is being said here to us, and the lesson that is being taught here, is that we as individuals, as the children of Almighty Yahweh, we should not judge each other. We should not quickly jump into conclusion and wish bad things on each other. Whatever causes a man to sin, whenever you are alive, you are exposed to that very same thing that will cause you to sin. Yahushua said to them, the person that has no sin, you should cast the first stone. You should cast the first stone. But you see, in today's life, we still have that very same thing going on. We still have that very same thing going on. We have people that are quick to judge and quick to accuse, but they forget the scripture that said in Matthew chapter 7, from verse 3, And why boastest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrites, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. You know what that means? The very same set of people that will quickly accuse you, they are dirty and even dirtier. They have more things to deal with than you. But because maybe yours is in the open, yours may be in the open, and theirs in private, they will come and they will crucify you. They will judge you. They will hunt you down just because theirs in private and yours in the open. They are ready to bring you down. But Yahweh doesn't work like that. The Almighty Father that created the heavens and the earth doesn't work like that. He made it clear to us that in the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 23, for all have sinned and come short to the glory of Elohim. All have sinned. So this is why when Yahshua said to them, who is without sin should cast the first stone, none was able, not one was able to cast the first stone, but they were quickly and they were ready to condemn this woman because they caught her in the act. But you see, dear ones, the scripture made it clear that we should not judge. We should be careful when we are quick to judge and want to condemn other people. We should critically examine ourselves. We should examine everything about us and see whether we are not guilty. Because the scripture said in the book of Matthew chapter 7 from 1 to 2, it said, judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye met, ye shall be measured to you again. So here, we have to be careful that whenever we judge someone, we are not guilty of that very same thing that we are judging people against. Let me not say that you are guilty of committing a crime, and then in my heart, I am committing another crime. There is no big sin and small sin in the eyes of Yahweh. The wages of sin is death, not some sin, but all sin. Let us not profit on each other's sin to look good in the eyes of man. Let us not try to be accusers. That's not what we were called for. We were called to be each other's keeper, to help each other enter the kingdom, not to condemn, not for us to judge each other. Because in Romans chapter 14, verse 4, it made it clear to us, who art thou that judgest another man's servant? To his own master he standeth or faileth. Ye shall be holden, for Elohim is able to make him stand. So you are in no position to judge. I am in no position to judge. We should not judge each other. Everyone should work their own salvation with fear and trembling. All we have to do is help each other enter that kingdom. Be your brother's keeper, but not his accuser. Let us stop condemning each other. Let us stop accusing each other, because whatever caused my brother to sin, I am still exposed to that same thing that will cause me or can cause me to sin. So when you judge a man, you have to be very careful, because maybe in a second later or a minute later, you'll be guilty of that very same sin. So correct each other. Let us not judge each other, not because someone made a mistake. So not because someone made a mistake, that means we are better than him or her. We all have our weaknesses. We all have areas that we are weak, and we need to be able to strengthen each other instead of accusing each other and trying to use the opportunity to take each other down. You see, sometimes in life, there are situations that the very same ones that will be coming to church singing and praising, they are the very same ones that will be working with contraceptive and condoms. And because of a poor sister that is in a corner who is pregnant, they are the same ones that will suspend the poor sister, will punish the poor sister, or excommunicate the poor sister. So the question is, who is wicked in that situation? Who is the wicked one? So we need to be careful. We need to be careful, not because we look good in the eyes of man, and we know sometimes deep down in our heart, our conscience, we are guilty, and Yahweh, we are not pleasing Yahweh. Let us not be men pleasers, but let's please Yahweh. Let us not punish another man because no one sees our sin and we feel we are comfortable enough to do evil to others. Let us not do that. And let us help each other, encourage each other, and help each other into the kingdom. You see, in Matthew chapter, and we need to be very careful, dear friends, we need to be very careful, not because you see a man or a woman walks with church clothes and going to service every Saturday to believe that person is walking righteous. Yeah, it is good that this person is making an effort. That's a good thing, but who knows? We do not know the heart of man. Okay, we do not know the heart of man, and not everyone that say Master, Master. Some King James Version say Lord, Lord. Not everyone that say Master, Master will enter the kingdom. Matthew chapter 7 verse 21 to 23 says, not everyone that saith unto me, Master, Master, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. So not because you see somebody saying Master, Master, or Lord, Lord, singing and shouting, that doesn't qualify that person. Okay, so in as much as you would see some people are putting up a show, that doesn't mean that they will make it, because you need to understand, dear ones, that there are wolves in sheep clothing. Matthew chapter 7 verse 15 said, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. So he who is without sin cast the first stone. None could have cast the stone because they know within themselves that they all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of Almighty Yahweh. So whoever sinned, we should encourage them, but not condemn them, because whatever caused me or you to sin, every one of us are exposed to that very same thing that can cause us to sin in a few seconds. And we need not to be comfortable in unrighteousness because the eyes of man don't see it, and take into consideration that everything that happens in the dark will come to light. The darkness is like light unto Yahweh. In Psalms 139 verse 11 to 12 says, if I say surely the darkness shall fall upon me, even the night shall be light about me. Indeed, the darkness shall not hide from you, but the night shines as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to you. So the darkness and the light are both alike unto Almighty Yahweh. We cannot hide from Yahweh. I cannot hide from him. You cannot hide from him. So why, when someone may be fallen short, maybe somebody makes a mistake, we want to condemn that person? And then our closets are dirty. We have so many skeletons in our closet. We need to be careful. We are afraid of man. We are afraid of man. We want to look good in the eyes of human beings, and we are forgetting that we are losing our salvation. We need to be very careful, because the book of Luke chapter 12 verse 1 to 5 says, the book of Luke chapter 12 1 to 5 said, in the meantime, when there were gathered together in innumerable multitude of people, insomuch that they trod one upon another, he began to say unto his disciples, first of all, beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the air, in closet, shall be proclaimed upon the housetop. And I say unto you, my friend, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do. But I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him which after he killeth have power to cast into hell. Ye, I say unto you, fear him. Do not be afraid of man. Do not be afraid of man's punishment. Do not be afraid of man's punishment, but Yahweh's punishment. So let us not look good in the eyes of man just because we want to be praised by man. Let us be careful and let us be afraid of the punishment that Almighty Yahweh will give us. So today I am telling you, my dear friends, let us be careful. Do not judge each other. Do not cast judgment upon each other, but help each other grow. He who is without sin, cast the first stone. Can you cast the stone? I cannot cast the stone. I'm trying my best to be saved, not because we look good in the eyes of man, for us to think we are entitled to judge someone who sinned in the open, because we know our hearts, we know our conscience. Nothing hidden will stay hidden. Yahweh will expose you. Be very careful. Do not judge. Do not cast the first stone. Do not be quick to punish, because every man will be judged according to his own works and his deeds. In Romans chapter 2 verse 6 it is clear, who will render to every man according to his deeds. Yahweh will render to everyone according to his deeds. So now, my dear friends, we shouldn't be allowing ourselves to be involved in judging each other. But that doesn't mean we have any excuse for us to sin. Let's not take this opportunity to sin, because 1 John chapter 3 verse 8 says, he that practices sin is of the devil. Have a blessed evening, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, and a blessed night. Let us not judge each other, but love each other. He who is spiritual, restore in the spirit of meekness. Let us love each other. We are each other's keeper. Let's grow together and try our best to enter the kingdom with each other. Hope I see you in the kingdom.